Jessica, how you doing? It's Tasha K.
Hi, Miss Tashak. How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview for me regarding your cousin, correct? Desiree Davis, who goes by the name Official Smiley Agent on Instagram.
Yes, ma'am. That is, I'm married to the family, of course. So yeah, that is my cousin-in-law.
And go ahead.
No, and I mean, I pretty much, I know her personally. Like I'm literally like next door. I'm not even 10 feet away from her house. So
Okay.
I have the inside scoop and everything pretty much of how she is.
Okay, so you live next door to her currently.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and she does live with her grandmother.
Yeah, she does live with her grandmother.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say her name, but
we don't need grandmother's name. That's a strong woman to be dealing with someone like Desiree. Now, of course, I just want to add this just in case people are not clear on what this interview is about. This is about Desiree Davis. I've done 2 exclusives with her. She came to me stating that she was about to die if she did not immediately have some illegal butt injections removed that she had gotten 10 years ago. And since then, we found out from Anivia Cruz, who is a BET producer, that she has been lying about her diagnosis. We also spoke to the staff from one of the medical practices that she went to get a quote on the surgery that she was supposed to have the illegal butt injections removed by a board certified plastic surgeon. They also said that none of their clients are dying. And so she is basically came on my platform to blatantly lie by stating that she was dying, and she had been given that diagnosis that she was dying. She could not breathe, and the doctors told her it could be any day now. And we have since found out that entire story was an entire scam in order to get funds to do whatever she's been doing with. Now, according to you, you sent me a photo of a car. She just got a brand new car. It's an Impala, a baby blue Impala. I posted those photos yesterday with paper tags on them. And she's been taking flights to New York, also to Atlanta, to Miami. And I spoke with a woman that she met with in Atlanta, and she basically stated she did not pay for Desiree's tickets. Desiree paid for her and her makeup artist and her manager's tickets, and I'm trying to figure out with what money. So can you please tell us, from what you know, who Desiree really is, because no one has ever came forward to state publicly that she is a certified scammer and a fraud. It's always been speculation, but no one has had any solid proof. And you obviously have that proof, and that's why you came to me. So I just want to give you the floor. And thank you for doing this. Thank you.
Yes, Tasha, I do appreciate you, giving me an opportunity to do a show. It's not about, let me say this, it's not about publicity and everything like that. Like, I didn't even think you would be able to get to my messages due to your following base. However, this girl is a scammer. You know what I mean? Like, she has me blocked, first and foremost, so I don't see her page personally. But I do see the stuff that people share, throughout the city and different things like that, different videos of her, doing the porn, doing this, doing that, whatever. However, I will state this. A couple of weeks, I was not even say a couple of weeks, a couple of days after me seeing the video saying, oh, she was crying and boo-hooing or whatever about her dying about the butt injection. She literally was walking up from Blackshire, where her son attends school or whatever the case may be, with her daughter and stuff like that from the park, and she's running up the street with this,
Okay, slow down. Okay, slow down. So you said she was online. You heard that she was online crying, of course, because she's been doing that, basically stating,
so,
and what did you see her doing?
So I'm not able to see personally what she posts.
Okay.
However, I see, from different social media platforms, people sharing her story.
Okay.
And her crying about, oh, I'm dying about butt injections and different things like that. However, I do have the inside information about she did attend the doctor, and the doctor told her it was supposed to be like $22,000 or something like that. Supposedly, this is what she shared with the family.
Okay.
Because one of our family members kept her child the time that she went to see the doctor.
And this was in Florida. This was in Miami.
Yes.
Okay.
And at the time, yes, she was on probation and everything like that. And we were trying to figure out how she even was able to leave the state. But due to it being a dying situation, it was like, okay, well, the probation officer probably did grant her the access to travel. You know what I mean?
Okay, now she's on probation. What is she on probation for? I did speak with her probation officer. They will get back to me. I did let them know what was happening, but of course, I don't know what she's on probation for. Can you explain that to the viewers?
She's actually on probation for Grand Theft Auto.
Wow.
She warned. This is what happened. She was uninvited to our wedding day, which like I said, we live next door, so the reception was at home. So we have all our family members and everybody outside, and she just pretty much walked up here super lit. She had like 2 Amsterdam bottles in her bra. Of course, we have liquor and different things like that because we're celebrating a day of celebration.
So she showed up high, unannounced, and uninvited to your wedding at your house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have this long driveway, right? So everybody's outside, and we got the day started early. We worked late the night previously because just getting set up for the wedding.
Okay.
So she see everybody, the family members and everybody out here, and they laughing, kicking or whatever. And she decides to just walk up. So you know how like this broken record is? It's like, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? So when she was walking up, everybody was like, what are you doing here? Type of thing.
Okay.
So she came in. She had like 2 liquor bottles already tucked in her bra. We had, bottles of liquor and everything on the table, and my sister was already cooking food. We just now getting into the celebration part of the, the reception, because it was very small and very quaint. So when she came and she did what she did, she kind of antagonized the party. Make a long story short, she hopped in the car with me. When she hopped in the car with me, she already was accusing her child's father, auntie, of stealing $200 from her. So this lady kind of went off on her and was like, I ain't got to steal $200 from you. Like, you're high, you this, you're that. You know what I mean? I was about to go to the store and do what I had to do. So she's like, just wait on me. And I'm like, telling my husband, like, I do not want her to get in this car. However, she got in the car, and then she turned her energy towards me, like, oh, y'all stole $200 from me. You did it, you did it. And I'm like, you didn't even come into my house with a purse. I'm laying across the bed, and my husband did not want to deal with you. And the reason why I got in between y'all, because, I just didn't want that forceful energy between them two.
Okay. When was this? I don't mean to stop you. When did this take place?
This was September 29, 2017.
2017.
However,
okay.
Yes, but however, my husband was the one, when she acquired that hole in her head, he was the one that helped her. She had blood all over our house. Our kids were in the bed asleep. She jumped in the bed with them just bleeding.
Okay, now hold on. Before we get into that, because everybody wants to know the true story behind what really happened, okay? What really happened. And so you said she was on, let's back up just for a second. You said she was on probation for Grand Theft Auto, something that took place at your wedding, February 17th of 2017.
No, it was September 29th. 2017.
Okay, September 29th, 2017. Could you explain how her showing up at your wedding, intoxicated, accusing someone, your aunt, of stealing $200, how did it turn into a Grand Theft Auto charge, which led to her being on probation now?
So, again, she jumped in the car. I pretty much didn't want her to get in the car. She already was accusing, like I said, her child's father, which is her daughter's auntie, of stealing $200 from her. This lady just went off on her. I ain't got to steal from you. Just get this baby out of my car. I've been waiting out here for 30 minutes, blah, 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 blah. And I'm taking off in my car, about to go to the store. So she was like, Jessica, just wait on me, blah, blah, blah. So eventually, she got in the car. So I'm going to get gas and everything like that. And she's like, oh, y'all stole $200 from me. And I'm like, she was just kind of in and out of her thoughts. Like, one minute she could remember, the next minute she couldn't. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, what kind of drugs are you on?
So she's in the car with you when you went to the gas station?
Yeah.
Okay, and she's complaining.
My daughter is strapped in the car seat.
Okay.
She literally took her daughter out of the car. Her daughter was still placed in the car seat, out of the car, that she took her out of and took the handle, you know, like the strap that you use to adjust it.
Yes.
She took it and literally drug her daughter across the street into my car. She didn't even pick the car seat up, pick the daughter up, nothing. Do you hear me? Nothing. When she walked up, everybody was like, why are you here? You know what I mean? Like, why? What made you come here? But again, we only live 10 feet away from her. So, you know, the family, she felt like, okay, well, the family's here, so I can be there type of ordeal. But anyway, we on our way to the gas station. And she like calling people and she's like, oh, well, this person stole $200 from me. They stole $200. I'm like, you didn't even come to my house with a purse. You know what I'm saying? And she just wants to like going up her rocket. And then she literally, I think she got her nails done by LaQuinta or something like that. She has these glass nails.
Okay.
She had these glass nails, right? And they were like clear acrylic. And they were covered in Swarovskis and different things like that. So nobody don't know I'm lying. And she poked me in my eye. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
oh, wow.
You know, excuse my language, but I'm like, B, are you serious? Like, her child is in the back of the car, my child is in the back of the car. So at this time, I can't even get gas, Tasha. Like, I'm just thinking, like, okay, I'm going to swing this car back around. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make it back to the party or the reception, and I'm going to park this car. But not only top of that, I'm about to get on her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and when you say you're about to get on her ass, what do you mean you're about to get on her ass? You're about to fight her for poking you in the eye with her glass nails.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because she's already cursing me out. She's like, B, you done stole my money. B, y'all did this. But I'm like, what kind of drugs are you on? You know what I mean? Because one minute you can remember, the next minute you can't remember what you have said. You know what I'm saying?
So you're at the gas station, and what happens after you get poked in the eye? And it's you, Desiree Davis, okay?
My
and
daughter,
your
and
daughter,
her daughter.
And her daughter in the car.
Yes, ma'am.
In your car.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what happens after you guys are at the gas station?
So she poked me in my eye. She like, you know, she like really, I don't think she meant to poke me in my eye, but she just putting her hands up. You know what I mean? Her nails was kind of long. But she like, this is about to go down. I'm about to ruin your wedding day. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, you going out of your way to ruin my wedding day? Like, what have I done to you? But it was a hate that she had in her heart for my husband. You know what I mean? So she's like, I'm about to ruin your wedding day. I'm about to do this, do that. So all I'm thinking is, okay, I need to get back home because once I poke this come over, period. You know what I mean? Because you're not about to do this and then you're doing this in front of the kids. So we have a long driveway. So immediately, I didn't even get the gas, Tasha. I pull up at the end of the driveway. Like I said, it's a yard full of people.
Okay.
I jump out. I'm like, look, go get my husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about to get crazy. So she literally, like, when I turned the corner to come home, she has the door open with her foot on the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, she about to jump out the car, but I turned the corner so quick, I'm thinking, like, the bitch gonna roll out the car. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, maybe she'll roll out the car, and you can walk home and get the shower. So she didn't roll out the car, so I get to the end of the driveway. I'm like, go get my husband, whatever. But she jumps out the car, run around the car. I get out, and she literally throws a right-hand punch. And she lands it. Don't get me wrong.
She punches you.
Yeah, she punches me in the
when
nose.
You guys come from the gas station and you're back at your reception in your driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so you guys, I guess, immediately started fighting?
Yeah, because, I mean, the minute I put the car in park, she meets me. I haven't even got out the car yet. She meets me at my door. So when I get out, you know, I throw my little setup or whatever, you know, to protect myself. But she threw this bullshit punch and she hits me in my nose. She landed. Because I thought me throwing my hands up would brought her back to reality, like, okay, you know who you're about to fight. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That type of ordeal. And it didn't bring her back. She threw the punch. She hit me. So, boom, I just immediately get on her head. Excuse my language.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, my nanny, she has this red jacket on. My nanny, so everybody rushes to the end of the driveway. My nanny's pulling her by the jacket, and she's wiggling her way out the jacket. You know what I mean? Because now she's on the ground.
Okay.
Now my husband has me under my arms, you know, pulling me away from the situation. However, again, she lives only 10 feet away from me. After the fight, she literally, it was like she was about to get up and walk towards her house. Her eyes lock in on the keys that's still in the ignition, right?
Okay.
And get that both of our kids are still in the car. My daughter's strapped down. Her daughter's not strapped down, never been strapped down.
Okay.
So she locked in on the keys. My nanny's on the passenger side, trying to get in the car to kind of stop her. She takes off in the car, put it in the drive, my nanny jumps out or whatever, right? So, literally by Houston Tillerson on, I would say 7 in Chacon, you know what I mean? I don't know what happened between that time and then. She literally put my daughter out on the corner. My daughter's 3 years old at this time. You know
so she comes back. So let me slow down. Okay, so she comes back after you guys have finished fighting. You think that she's going home because she lives 10 feet away from you. She turns around.
She never left. She never left because after my nanny was pulling her, right, like she's on the ground.
Okay.
And I'm punching her, right? So you know how somebody's trying to break up a fight?
Yes.
And, you know, one have one and one have the other. So my nanny has her by the jacket. She wiggles off the jacket. My husband's already walking me up the driveway because he had me under my arm. So she acting like she's about to walk to her house. She literally locked in on the keys. When she locked in on the keys, she jumped in the car because the door's still open because again, she attacked me, you know what I mean, while I'm about to jump out the car. You know what I mean? To handle my business with her. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't think that she was going to hit me, but she did. And it happened. But however, she jumped in our car and she takes off.
Okay, with the kids still in the car. Your daughter is strapped in. Her daughter is not.
Yeah.
Okay, now what happens after that? She takes the car.
Yeah, she takes the car. All you can hear is, boom. She done hit somebody else's car.
Taking your car?
Right. Taking our car.
On your wedding day?
Our car. On my wedding day.
Okay.
You know what I mean? This is not even like 2 hours, because I mean, we had a small wedding, so we went to the court. So, you know, it was not even 2 hours after our wedding day that this happened.
Okay.
Boom. She hit somebody's car and continued to take off. And I don't know if she realized that my daughter was in the back. She literally dropped off on 7 in Chacon Street.
Wait a minute. So slow down, because you talk really fast, and I'm catching it, but I just want to make sure the viewers are able to understand. So when she takes the car, she hits a few cars in the driveway on your wedding day from people that are there celebrating your reception, celebrating your wedding, which is at your reception.
Yes.
Oh, I hear the baby in the background. And she takes off and drops your daughter off somewhere else?
Yes. So she dropped her off. She dropped her off on 7 in Chacon Street.
And how far is this from your house?
I would say maybe 2 to 3 blocks.
Okay. And how old is your daughter?
At this time, my daughter was 3 years old.
So you mean to tell me it's Smiley, a Smiley Asian, Desiree Davis, steals your car, hits other cars, your daughter is still inside, and she drops your daughter off 2 blocks away from your house. To whom? Who did she drop your daughter off to?
She just dropped off on the corner.
On the corner?
Just dropped off on the corner, Tasha. And luckily, they had some kids from the college that was on the wall. You know what I'm saying? That was just, I don't know if they were taking an intermission break. I can't speak on them. But luckily, and thank God that they were there. Like, literally, they see her drop her off, threw her out the car, whatever she did. I can't speak on it. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't there. But I jump in the car with my sister. We trying to, you know, trace her steps, and we following, like we circling blocks while everybody's on the phone with the police.
Okay,
right?
so your daughter was safe, thank God. Okay, now she didn't put her daughter out.
No, of course she didn't.
Okay, so she's now, of course, I can take it. She's caught by the police, and the only thing she gets is grand theft auto. She doesn't get child neglect, child endangerment.
She didn't get child, and this is what I'm so upset about. She didn't get child endangerment, nothing. They charged her with grand theft auto. This is my thing. I don't think that they felt like, you know, the case was strong enough in this thing. But I'm like, how do you not feel like the case is strong enough? And they have so many people pleading. You have so many police reports. You know, that type of ordeal.
Okay.
You know, like you have so many different police reports. So while the police was talking to us when we got outside the door, they got calls. This girl just dropped this child off on the corner. You know, that type of thing. And so one of the police left and went, you know, retrieve my daughter. You know, while I'm hysterical. You know, of course. You know what I mean? I'm hysterical. I'm upset. Blah, blah, blah. And they bring my daughter home safe to me.
Okay.
I was so hysterical to the point, Tasha, I couldn't even embrace my child because I was so infuriated with this girl. You know what I
I've been
mean?
there. I've been there, so I understand. So this is what she was on probation for. Now,
This is what she's on probation for. She's on probation for grand theft auto, which is a felony. But how not charging her with child endangerment is not a felony?
yeah,
You know what I mean? I don't care
that's
about that
mind
car.
blowing right there. Now let's talk about because you told me when we spoke in a previous conversation about the night that she got into that fight that caused her to go viral. Okay, she claims that she was jumped and she was hit in the head with a stiletto.
Yeah.
I woke up the next morning. I have a hole in my head. I'm not thinking to put this on the internet or anything like that. You know what I mean? I just get on there and I'm like, look at what happened to my face.
Like, look at my face. There's no way that I should have woke up like this on my 24th birthday. Who do that type of shit?
It went viral. All over the internet, the world, people from London. I had people on the internet saying, oh, she faked it. She did that to herself. She hurt herself. That hurt me the most because I would never do nothing like that to myself. I would never want my kids to see me messed up like that. So to have the whole world going against you and telling you that you like, you know, like you're a liar, it hurt.
Which did never happen. However,
You were there.
She
Okay.
was a chick in the head with a bottle.
Okay, now where were they? Okay, so start before you say
they were on 6th Street.
They were on 6th Street.
Yeah, they were on 6th Street, and you know, of course, you know, she didn't consume liquor and drugs and different things like that. I can't tell you the statute of what drugs she has consumed.
Okay, so she was high.
Yeah.
Okay.
And intoxicated. She's walking down 6th Street with one heel on and the strap attached to one heel that's not on her foot with the strap around her ankle.
Okay. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. I'm still here.
Okay.
So, you know, she's walking around with a strap on her foot and different things like that. So some people that knew her, you know, they pretty much was like, look, come home with us. She leaves her car parked, blah, 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 blah. Bring her home. So she don't be a victim to, you know, rape and different things like that.
Okay, so this was before the fight.
Yeah, this was before the fight.
Okay.
But at this time, she already had hit the girl on top of her head with the bottle on 6th Street.
Oh, so she hit the girl with the bottle and then walked down the street shoeless, one shoe on, one shoe off, intoxicated.
Yeah.
Okay.
With a gang full of men. So some people that knew her pretty much grabbed her and was like, well, we're going to bring you home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're lit. We're going to bring you home. So one girl was kind of like an authority figure. So everything that she said was like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. You know, she was expecting what she said, but there was this one yellow girl that pretty much set her off. You know what I'm saying? Every time this girl said something, she's like, B, I'm not talking to you, this and this and that. So she literally died off our auntie porch to try to attack this girl, which is a 4-step porch.
So wait a minute, they
saying?
can't. Okay, so slow down because I want to make sure everybody understands it. So she's walking home, gang full of guys, after hitting a girl in the head with a bottle. So she's taken on 6th Street. So she's taken to make sure that she's safe, so she doesn't get raped because she's obviously intoxicated and out of it. And the girls come find her.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's arguing now with girls from the porch.
Once they got her home.
Once they got her home. Now, was it the girl that she hit in the head with the bottle?
No, this was not the girl that she hit in the head with the bottle.
Okay.
It was just some, you know, these were people that knew her that was coming from out of another club that so happened to run into her. Right?
Okay.
So, and they seen what was going on. They grab her. They're like, look, hey, like, come with us. You know what I mean? We're going to bring you home. You know, whatever you wake up to in the morning, that's your issue. You know what I mean? Go get your car, do whatever you got to do.
Okay.
So one chick is just like telling her, like, you're out of your mind. You're this, you're that type of thing. And she's respecting everything that she says because, like, again, she's like an authority figure in her life, right?
Okay.
But it's this one yellow chick, and that's with the chick that speaks with authority. You know what I mean? And every time she says something, Desiree goes off her rocket. Bitch, ain't nobody talking, excuse my language, ain't nobody talking to you, da 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 da. And she literally tried to revive about Auntie Porch, was a 4-step porch to this girl. So we all know, okay, you skin your skin to contact with concrete, it's gonna, leave abrasion. So literally, she dives off the porch mid-air, blank out. When she hit that ground, her and that skin contact, she because she's burning, of course, right?
Wait a minute. So the girls are actually trying to help her.
Yeah, they were helping her up on the porch. It was like, Desiree, go inside, you're lit, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so the two girls that helped her after this bottle incident at the club, she's arguing with.
Yeah, she's arguing with them, but she's only arguing with one, though, because the other one is very abrasive and very authoritative. You know what I'm saying? So she's respecting what she says.
And so she turns
one young chick.
So she doesn't like what the girls are saying to her, and they're basically just trying to help her. And she turns around and charges off the porch and lands on concrete.
On concrete. I'm talking about slide, because it was raining that day.
Fast.
Slide.
Face first.
Face first. I'm talking about in mid-air, totally blank out. You know what I'm saying? She hit the concrete. So when she hit the concrete, she, because of course, the abrasion is burning. You know what I mean? Because of the contact.
Okay.
So, everybody's like, they saying what they're saying, whatever. And my auntie had like a big mirror against the wall outside of her house.
She had a big what?
A mirror.
A mirror.
Outside of the house.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's old school. She owns a home and different things like that.
Okay.
So she's old school. So, some type of way, she go after the girl again. She charges the girl, and her and the girl get in a fight.
Okay.
So when they get in a fight, they get in a tussle, they ram into the big old mirror that my auntie has outside, right?
So they run into the mirror.
Yeah, they run into the mirror.
Okay.
And Desiree did not want to let up. You know what I'm saying? Like, she crawled into this girl, trying to get this girl. This girl done whooped your ass. Pretty much, she didn't whoop your ass, you whooped your own ass. You know what I'm saying? And she just constantly crawling to her, like, trying to get to her. And it's like, enough is enough. And everybody was asking her, who was trying to help her, what drugs are you on? What are you on? Like, shake up out of it. You know what I'm saying? So, make a long story short, we help her out of the middle street, which a lot of videos y'all have seen, with her in the middle street with the hole in her head, different things like that.
But I got to record it, dude.
You want a cigarette?
Yeah. And just stay calm, baby. Yeah, you're alive. Be grateful, baby. Be grateful that you here. You here today to talk about it. Because guess what? They try to take you, but God said, no, he got a purpose for you, Desiree.
This girl comes into our house where our sons are laying at. You know what I'm saying? In the bed. And she jumps in the middle, plows herself in the middle of the bed, bloody, face bloody, everything like that, because they ran into the mirror.
So she got that hole in her. How did she get that hole in her head?
From running into the mirror.
Running into the mirror, fighting.
Yes.
So she was not jumped, and she was not hit in the head with a stiletto.
Not hitting the head with a stiletto, baby. Ran right into a full body mirror. Do you hear me? You know what I'm saying? When they went to tussling, they ran into the mirror, and she saw out of there, she go face first. You know what I'm saying?
So she whooped her own ass, and goes into your house where your kids are, bloody.
No.
She didn't go to the hospital.
You know what I mean? No. Listen, I brought her to the hospital.
After she came into your house bloody and got your sheets and stuff bloody.
My sons were in the bed. You know what I mean? To this day, they're scared to sleep over just because of the incident with her. She jumped in the bed with them, they're asleep. She got blood everywhere. They jump up. They hysterical.
Oh, my God.
So she got blood on the walls. She got blood here. And, my husband like, what is wrong with you? Like, what drugs are you on? Like, get out of it. Like, snap out of it. And she just couldn't come out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
so the videos that we see online, and she's like, help me, and people are recording her. Help me. At what moment was that?
Out there, we were out there helping her. She was in the middle of the street. She was just being super dramatic. You know what I mean? That's when we were like, what drugs are you on? What are you on to make you act like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to come out of it.
Okay.
That type of thing.
So at what moment did you take her to the hospital?
Hours later. It was like 4 or 5 hours later. she's in the car with dudes smoking weed and smoking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? So when the time was for me to bring her to the hospital, she already had the head, like that picture that's on her publishing book cover.
Yes.
She was sitting in the car like that.
Oh, so she took those pictures from the car smoking weed and smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, get her to the hospital. Like, bring her to the hospital. Bring her to the hospital. So I'm like, okay.
So she didn't want to. So she didn't want to go to the hospital.
No, she wanted attention. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling her why I bring her to the hospital. The police asked me what happened. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, blah 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 happened, whatever. She like, you don't need to be talking to them. You are my people. You don't need to be explaining yourself to the police and blah blah blah. But then you turn around and call the people who you felt like done this to you. You try to hinder their lifestyle. You try to call their parole. You try to do this, you try to do that, and hurt these people.
Wait a minute. So the girls that were helping her, that she turned around and tried to fight, she called their probation officer? She called?
Yeah.
Okay.
She called their parole officer and everything.
And told them this was the same story that we got online, that she was jumped and beat in the head with a stiletto.
Yeah.
But instead, she got in a fight, one-on-one fight that she started, jumped off the porch, landed on the concrete, and then when she was fighting the other girl, ran into the mirror, and that's how her face was all jacked up. But instead of going to the hospital, she went into your house to wake up your sons and scare them, and then went to a car with a bunch of guys that smoke weed and smoke cigarettes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So she had already conjured up this plan for sympathy. And I do know Johnny Blaze, I spoke with her yesterday, said that she was going to help Desiree by flying her out here because she felt bad that these girls had jumped her. I was under the impression of that. This is the first time we're getting the actual real story from someone that was actually there that night, because that story went viral. Everyone thought that she was jumped and beaten in the head with a stiletto by multiple girls, and everyone recorded and did nothing.
Ain't nobody record nothing. Literally, Tasha, it was 4 people outside. It was 4 people outside, so it wasn't no whole crowd of people recording her. It was in the middle of the night. Who gonna record you? On this street where she lives at is nothing but old people who own homes. You see what I'm saying? Who don't even want to deal with the drama that she's bringing. You see what I'm saying? So, when her and this girl fighting, she literally hits my auntie on top of the head because she totally misses the girl type of thing. And we pushes our auntie in the house and like, get your butt in the house because you didn't have no business opening the door for her.
And how old is your aunt?
Our aunt is 64.
64 years old. Wow. Okay. All right. So let's now
open the door for her.
Okay. So we got that. So she ended up scamming people, getting book deals and everything to tell this bizarre lie. And I'm glad that I just got her book deal shut down. The publisher contacted me, said that he's no longer doing her book because he found out that it was a lie. So she no longer has a book
it's
deal.
Not okay. She has scammed so many people. She has drained.
And can you give me some examples? Okay, go ahead. Give me some examples.
She has drained her grandmother's account. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This lady have her on her insurance. This lady can barely walk and still has her on a car insurance policy, and she don't own a car. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people try to figure out, how she's getting this new car. She's doing this because she's on her grandmother's insurance that she was supposed to drop. But this is the only lady that believes in her. This is the only place that she can stay because nobody wants her and nobody wants to deal with her.
And you said this is the grandmother. This is a grandmother that she told me on my show that she lives with.
Yeah.
Now, does she have custody of her kids?
Definitely do.
She has them now?
Of her son.
Okay.
Of her son. She's sitting on the porch as of right now.
Oh, so she's on the porch. She's on the porch right now with her son.
Yeah, her son is just school is out. So
okay, so her
is in the house.
Okay, got it. All right, so let's talk about. You said you just seen Desiree with a new car. When did she get this car?
I would say she had this car at least a month to 2 months because she had a gold Buick before then. And I think it was like a 2010, 2011 type of car.
Okay.
And she literally towed that car up. You know what I mean? Like she was driving up the street because she has to pass our house to go to her house.
Okay.
And on the passenger side, it was like she ran into a guardrail and a fork or something was stuck into it, and the side of the car was totally ripped apart.
So she
So
claims, because I know she's told this story, that she's had a near-death experience. Is this the car that she's talking about that she had a near-death experience in? The one that you saw her wreck before she got this?
I mean, I'm going to just be honest with you. Every car that she has, she damn near have a near-death experience. And she's blessed with so many different cars. She's blessed with 2018, 2019 that don't last a month or two because of her actions. You know,
and when you say her actions, she's drinking, she's getting high.
She's drinking, she's getting high. You know what I mean? She got the kids in the car, she's swerving, she's doing this and doing that. And the people who are trying to give her that chance to be like, okay, well, the city's against you type of thing, and we're going to give you the chance to be your friend, she burned them.
Okay. Now, let's talk about her mom, because you told me some very interesting information yesterday about her mother and why her mother does not fool with her.
I really don't have my mother around, because if I had my mother around, I probably wouldn't have done something like that in the first place.
Okay.
You know?
Where's your mom?
And, ma'am?
Where's your mom?
She's around, but she doesn't, me and her are not close, and we don't have a relationship because of the things that I've done when I was younger to her. Like, I used to steal her car. I used to go out to the club. I was 15 years old. I had no business being in the club. I would use her ID to go to the club. I would be out all night in her car, and she can't get to work in the morning. It was a lot. I was a bad kid, you know?
Okay.
And I can admit to that, you know? But
a lot of kids can't. So, I mean, and it's now that you're, 25, correct? And
yes.
You see that.
Yes, I hurt my mama a lot. And so, to this day, she's still holding on to those grudges of what I've done at that age. Instead of saying, you know what, you were a kid and you didn't know any better, she still holds those grudges. So me and her, we don't talk.
Okay.
And I'm okay with that.
Have you apologized to her?
Yeah, I have, but if this is how I look at it. I have friends that have murder charges. I have friends that have shot people to death. I have friends that have killed people and done really bad stuff, and their moms are always there by their side. I ain't done nothing but take your car, and you don't want to talk to me for the rest of my life. Like, that's something that you have within yourself that you have to fix. And I'm tired of being the daughter and having to be the bigger person when you're the mother, and you should be setting the example for me.
Okay.
Because she claims that, she was a rebellious child. She's apologized to her mom. But you told me a very different story. Can you briefly sum that up before we end this?
Like I said, Desiree mom is a very classy woman. You know what I mean? Have good credit. She, she keeps herself covered up. She works in the corporate world. She has a big house. She's very sedity, as we can say. You know what I mean? She's very high end. She's very sedity. But however, if she sees Desiree over here at her grandmother's house and her car pumped outside, she will keep going because she don't want to deal with her child. Now, She will pick up her grandson, which is Malcolm. She will pick him up, but she don't want him to do with the little girl. And I don't know if she's afraid that she will be like Desiree or whatever, but she'll tell her quick in a minute. I don't know that little girl, and I'm not going to deal with her.
So she only deals, because Desiree has two kids. She has a son and a daughter. So the grandmother only deals with the son and doesn't deal with Desiree, her daughter.
The grandmother.
Okay.
The grandmother deals with both.
Okay, but her mother
deals with one.
Okay. Yeah. Now, why doesn't her mother deal with her? What did she do to her mom?
She slept with her mom's husband. You know what I mean? As an adolescent. So her mom been cut her off, just being rebellious.
So she voluntarily slept with her mom's husband? Was she molested? How did this happen?
She wasn't molested. So I will just confirm that. Now, whether it was consensual between the two of them, I don't know. But however, she was not molested at all. You know what I mean? Because the simple fact of she's all about a dollar. And she have performed acts toward my father-in-law, and she didn't know that was his car type of thing, and was on the corner, you could get this for this $1, or you could get this for this $1, and he rolled up and he was like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was you, uncle, and blah, 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 type of thing. You know what I mean?
So she's been on the corner prostituting and soliciting for services, and she did it to her own uncle, not knowing that that's who he was.
Yeah. Because, I mean, he has, like, really dark tint and different things like that, of course.
He has what?
So, he has very dark tint on his car.
Okay.
You know. So, you know, he was like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Oh, and then she was kind of, you know, had this embarrassing side of, oh, I'm so sorry, and I didn't know it was you, and blah, blah, blah. But when everything hit the fan with dealing with my daughter, she was, oh, your husband tried to do this and do that when you were offering. Not only that, you not offering, but you were trying to, you know, receive funds for sexual acts.
Okay. Now, what do you think about this latest scam that you heard of her claiming she's dying from illegal butt injections and she's needing this $15,000? Now, you said over the course of the time that she's been collecting money, you've seen her with brand new weaves, nails, things like that. And you said $600 weaves. Yeah.
I mean, you sit in one of the hottest stylish chairs. That their wigs are selling at $475 and just to install it is $200.
Say that again. Wait a minute. You were speaking really fast. That's why I'm slowing you down a little bit because I can tell you from New Orleans and you talk fast.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
She's sitting in one of the hottest stylish seats in the city, and her wigs are selling at $475.
Okay.
And her installation is $200. So, you know, why knows y'all do the math? You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that for y'all. Y'all do the math. It's not hard. That's $700. And I'm upset because I'm like, okay, you have paid probation fees, you know, nothing like that to give us our restitution. I already took this as a loss.
Because it's a restitution, meaning she damaged your car and everything. So when she stole it.
Like I said, yeah, we received different, you know, wedding gifts. And iPhone was one of them. And I had this iPhone like 2 days. When she stole the car, and she literally was calling us, antagonizing us. She's like, oh, your car is over here, and this and this and that. The police looking for it, and she's on my husband's nephew Snap, like, are you looking at my snaps for your uncle? And blah, blah, blah. And they like, we're not even worrying about you. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to catch up with you eventually. But then when we did catch up with the car, my iPhone was cracked because everything was left in the car when I was at, you know what I mean? My baby's social security card, my bank card was in there. She swiped. I'm talking about this girl went from AutoZone to Verizon prepaid card. I was like, how the hell you have a iPhone with prepaid card? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean.
And I was negative in 24 hours.
So she stole $800. So she basically charged your prepaid card up of $800.
Yeah.
After she stole your car, wrecked your car, put your baby out in the middle of the street and everything. And that's what she's currently on probation for. Okay. Is there anything you want the public to know before we end this? Thank you so much for sharing the information. It was definitely a lot, and I do apologize on behalf of everybody. Because I don't think anybody deserves for their own wedding day to be destroyed by someone like her.
This is the thing. Every time we just had our 1 year anniversary. And I mean, yeah, it went wonderful. You know, we had our trips and everything, but my daughter still wakes up in the middle of the night like, slow down, because you were driving so fast in the car. You have traumatized her. You have caused me unsleepless nights. And this is not what the interview is about. The interview is about exposing and letting her know and solidifying that this girl is who people saying she is. You know what I mean? This is what I'm here for. I'm here to solidify the things that y'all bringing forward. This is who she really is. This girl is not.
Why do you think no one has came forward to say it soon enough? It's been speculation, but no one has had solid proof, like from any family members. You're the first to speak out. Why do you think it's taken this long for people to come forward?
Because she's a dirty female. She's going to call parole officers. She's going to make false accusations on CPS. She's going to make, that's the type of person she is. She can't touch you. She's going to legally try to hurt you and harm you. You know what I mean? Like I said, when you took off in the car with my daughter, CPS had to get involved anyway because you took off with a minor. Not only that, you thinking I called CPS on you. You literally made a false accusation saying I beat my child, I do this, I do that.
So she called CPS. So she called CPS on you before.
Yeah, no, she definitely did because when she took off with my daughter in the car on the wedding day, CPS had to get involved, so they weren't getting involved with her. But they couldn't get in touch with her because she's not stable, right?
Okay.
So she turned around and called CPS on me. Oh, she beat her daughter. She does and do that. My daughter's 3 years old in pre-K 3. You know what I'm saying? Your daughter is pretty much the same age. Ain't in no school, no daycare, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? And thank God. But I had to go through 2 months, everything of sleepless nights, thinking like, what if somebody would have took my child? What if, you know, she would have been harmed, killed, anything? I would never seen her again. Like I say, it's still to this day, my daughter will wake up in her sleep and say, slow down. If I'm driving to place, my daughter will be like, slow down because you have traumatized her. Wow. You know what I mean? And
so have you seen?
You're dirty.
Okay. Have you seen Desiree since we've now found out who exactly she is?
Yesterday. I mean, once, you know, it was what it was, and I solidified the position she's in. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen her ever since, you know, you upload the car. But that was it. Like, she haven't been back here or anything like that. I don't know if she cashed out. I don't know if she tied no.
Well, she did cash out the GoFundMe, but since then I've gotten her book deal canceled. I've also gotten the Love and Hip Hop. It's done. She filmed a documentary in Atlanta a couple weeks ago when she was here, when I was supposed to set her up. That has been pulled as well.
Set life is the best life. I'm here with Desiree. I finally met her. We're getting ready to work together. Doing a bunch of stuff. See me?
No veggie pizza. And then a cheese pizza.
So I am also talking with the Austin Police Department as well as her PO. So
and the crazy part about it is this is not this girl's first charge of forgery. You know what I'm saying? Like she was fighting my case for felony, she was already going against a forgery case and identification. You know what I mean?
When you say forgery and identification, what did she do?
They couldn't go into depth with me about the case, but it's basically, you know, she's using somebody's credit card and she's using somebody's identity, and it was for her. She used my identity because when she took off in the car, every single thing was in the car. My daughter's social, my social, everything like that. And she said, "Oh, well, I threw the backpack away." How you threw something away and then you did a false accusation on CPS? Okay. You know what I'm saying? You know,
So Desiree is not dying.
Not dying. Literally, after the video that I seen that was posted and that went viral about her dying and crying, we actually thought it was a joke. You know what I mean? We was like, is this girl serious? You know what I mean? And literally 2 days later, she's running up the street from the park with her son and her daughter, skipping with a $475 wig on and makeup on, and looked me in my face because I was standing outside my door. You know what I mean? Skipping. So how are you about to die and you're talking about, oh, your back hurting and this and that, and you able to make up your face and get your hair done, put on a wig and look glamorous?
Because she told me that she couldn't breathe, and she told her son to wake her son up, you know, to wake her up every hour on the hour to make sure she was breathing.
She lied.
Okay, you saw her after she posted that video in the hospital, skipping from the park with a $475,000 weave on, makeup, and nails. Okay.
She had that copper, to be exact, she had that copper color wig on.
Okay.
I'm going to be exact. She had that copper color wig on with her makeup done with some black tights that she famously wears. You know what I'm saying? And a shirt. Okay. Of course. You know what I mean? This is what she does. But her daughter is glued to her hip. Don't get me wrong. Her daughter's glued to her hip. You know what I'm saying? Just off the simple fact that the father, people don't want to deal with this girl because she sent them to so much stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So her grandmother, she leaves them here. You know what I'm saying? Because her grandmother is not, you know, just not mobile like that and different things like that. So she leaves them here and she comes and goes as she please. And that's what she does. She comes in the wee hours of the night, maybe 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, park her car. You know what I'm saying? She don't walk her. Her son is literally not even a block up. I have a block up from the school. She literally watches him from the porch and be like, okay, make it to school safe. How? Why?
Okay. I just got a video emailed to me from a girl that was in the club with her the other night, and she was actually in a strip club in Austin throwing money at the stage. And I have the video, and I'm going to add it to this commentary. But I hate to cut it short. Thank you so much for coming forward to be the first family member, someone who actually knows her and knows who she is. I promise I wish I would have gotten this information sooner. And I honestly think that... Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not You know, like I said, I didn't even think you got to my message. It was just something to put out there just to solidify who she is, and it's not okay for her to keep doing these things to people, period, whether it's family members, friends, social media. It's not okay.
Well, I
solicit from people who work hard, people who work hard for their money and they're supporting you, and you don't want to get off your ass. So you want to sit in your grandma's house and not take out the trash. Well, we take out her grandmother's trash and she's in the house.
Wow. Well, I do thank you from the bottom of my heart for just trusting me, coming forward, reaching out to me to let me know what's going on. I wish I would have got it sooner, but you know what? I think personally it was meant for this to happen, because the only thing she's going to be able to do when I'm done with her reputation is sell ass. And I mean that with everything. She will not make any dime publicly. She will not be on any major public platform anymore. And she will not be able to scam any person from this day forward. The only thing she's going to scam is whatever she sells that rotten ass to. And I put that on my unborn child. I'm telling you, that's how dedicated I am to making sure she never does this again. So thank you so much.
But it hurts.
Yes.
It hurts. Just to leave it with you this. It hurts to put your trust into somebody, to think that they're really going through this issue and you skipping your ass up the street with your kids. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, you buying new cars. Something to wreck one car, wreck this other car, and you constantly getting new cars. And God is blessing you, don't get me wrong, but at the expense of others, it's not okay.
Yes, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much, and we will definitely be in contact, okay?
All right, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. I'm about to hop on this flight. Thank you so much.